So what we just saw is we saw that if I have log base b of b to the x, that the log base b and the b to a power undo one another, leaving just the exponent. So if you're asked to find the value of a logarithmic expression like the ones that we have here, what you'd like to have happen is you'd like to be able to rewrite them as log base something and something to a power, where the base of the logarithm and the base of the exponential are the same. And I'm going to repeat that because you might want to jot that down in your notes. What we're trying to write this as log of something and then exponential of something, where the base of the log and the base of the exponential are the same. So in this first example that I have log base 4, I'd like to rewrite 16 as an exponential whose base is 4. And I can do that. I can rewrite 16 as 4 to the second power, or 4 squared. In doing so, I now have log base 4 and 4 to a power. The log base 4 and the 4 to a power undo one another because they're inverses, and all I'm left with is 2. So log base 4 of 16 is equal or equivalent to 2. Now as we move on to the second example here, log base 10 of 1/10, we want to try to do the same thing. It gets a little bit trickier here. We want to try to rewrite this as 10 to some power. And so the question is, how do I rewrite 1/10 as 10 to a power? And what should jump out at you is when we have fractions, when we have reciprocals, we should think about the fact that it's going to be negative. So this is going to be -1 because it's the reciprocal of 10. At which point we have log base 10 and we have a base 10 exponential. So the log base 10 and the 10 to a power undo one another, leaving just the -1. Let's step it up in difficulty one more notch. For this third one here, we do want to do the same idea. We want to say we got a base 9 log. So let's try to rewrite this as 9 to some power. So how do we rewrite 3 as 9 to a power? Now, one of the errors that I see people make, so don't write this down, I'm about to show you an error. One of the errors I see people make is to say 3 is 1/3 of 9. So they put a 1/3 there. But remember that 1/3 means the cube root. The cube root of 9 doesn't get us 3. But that actually should give us a big clue that says, oh, hold on a second. Radicals maybe are a good way to go, because the square root of 9 would give me 3. So how do I write square root as a power? The 1/2 power. So the square root of 9 really would give me 3. So this is a valid way of rewriting 3 is as 9 to the 1/2 power, at which point our log base 9 and our 9 to a power undo one another, leaving us with just 1/2. Now there is one other tricky one that I didn't write down. Let's go ahead and talk about though. And we've kind of addressed this before, but let's go ahead and talk about it. What if I had log base 5 of 1? Well, the goal here is to rewrite this as 5 to some power. And so I got to say 5 to what power equals 1? How can I rewrite 1 as 5 to a power? And the big thing you got to remember is that anything to the 0 power is 1. At which point my log base 5 and my 5 to a power undo one another, leaving me with just 0.